This is the Venus of Kołobrzeg, a stone statuette discovered in a field in northern Poland dated to the 5th millennium BC. After nearly 3 years of meticulous analysis, researchers have confirmed the authenticity of the extraordinary figurine. The Venus of Kołobrzeg was found in December 2022 by a farmer who came across an object resembling a human figure while working in his field near the Parsęta River. A few weeks later, he sent photos of the find to the Parsęta Exploration and Research Group, which, together with experts, determined that the object was indeed crafted by human hands. The artifact was handed over to the Regional Heritage Conservator's Office. In the following months, it underwent analysis and conservation by a team of skilled specialists from various institutions across Poland. The work was coordinated by the Museum of Polish Arms in Kołobrzeg, where the figurine is now housed. The Venus of Kołobrzeg is a 12 cm tall stone figurine from the Neolithic period, dated to more than 6,000 years ago. Archaeologists suspect it may have been made by some of the first farmers who settled the lands of western Pomerania and the Parsęta River region. The stone figure represents a female form with clearly marked, though somewhat distorted, feminine features, resembling other known so-called Venus figurines. Its limbs are depicted in a simplified schematic manner. The arms are bent and cover the breasts. The figurine's face lacks detailed features such as eyes, nose, or other traits resembling a human visage. On the reverse side, traces of shaping can be seen near the legs, likely created by striking the stone with a hard tool. Faint smoothing marks are visible on the rounded parts of the body, especially around the breasts and hips, suggesting the figurine may have been stored in some sort of bag, possibly leather, or that these areas of the figurine were frequently touched. The back of the figure is relatively flat, indicating that it may have been placed upright or attached to a surface. It is made of limestone that contains fragments of mollusk and snail shells. Analysis of the material suggests that the figurine was most likely made in the Roztocze region, a geographical area stretching from southeastern Poland toward Ukraine. This is approximately 800 kilometers away from the place where it was found. The reddish patina and residue found in the figurine's crevices indicate that it spent some time in an aquatic environment, most likely in a nearby peat bog that was exploited in the 19th century. Schematic anthropomorphic figurines like this are commonly found at Neolithic sites from the 6th and 5th millennia BC across vast regions south and southeast of the Carpathians. Similar figurines have been uncovered in Anatolia and southern Europe. However, archaeologists emphasize that the Venus of Kołobrzeg is a unique find for the area of Poland, where no direct analogies have yet been identified. The only other Neolithic anthropomorphic stone figurine found in Poland was discovered in 2014 during a rescue excavation near Inowrocław. That is about 260 kilometers southeast of the site where the Venus of Kołobrzeg was found. The figurine was unearthed outside an archaeological feature within the subsoil stratum. This prevents a precise determination of its chronology and culture attribution. Based on indirect evidence, its similarity to figurines recorded elsewhere in Europe and their dating, and the broader context of the early Neolithic settlement in the region of present-day Inowrocław, the figurine's chronology may be assigned generally to the 5th millennium BC and attributed to the settlement of late linear band pottery culture groups. Neolithic female figurines were usually made of clay and only rarely from stone materials such as sandstone, marble, or limestone. They are traditionally regarded as symbolic representations of femininity and fertility. These figurines may have been used in rituals or ceremonies intended to celebrate fertility, ensure survival, and secure prosperity for local communities. Small statuettes depicting women were also popular during the earlier Upper Paleolithic period, which dates from approximately 50,000 to 12,000 years ago. These figurines were carved from soft stone, bone, or ivory, or shaped from clay and fired. In total, over 200 such objects are known, virtually all modest in size, ranging between 3 and 40 centimeters in height. They are recognized as some of the earliest examples of prehistoric art. These Upper Paleolithic female figurines are collectively described as Venus figurines, in reference to the Roman goddess of beauty, Venus. The term is metaphorical. There is no direct connection between the ancient figurines and the Roman deity, though these objects are often interpreted as representations of a primordial female goddess. However, the original cultural meaning and purpose of these artifacts remain unknown. Some scholars suggest a possible continuity between Paleolithic female figurines and later depictions of women from the Neolithic or Bronze Age. According to this view, any female figurine that is portable, lacks a practical function, and shares common characteristics of the Venus type, such as the exaggeration of feminine features and incomplete or absent lower limbs, may be classified as a Venus figurine, even if archaeological evidence indicates it was made after the Paleolithic period. However, this classification usually applies to ceramic figurines from the Neolithic rather than to stone statuettes. Therefore, it is likely that the figure from Kołobrzeg will spark a long debate among scholars as to whether it should be considered a prehistoric Venus figurine. Like and subscribe. See you next time.